Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. Well, TD Jakes has been trying to squash the power bottom scandal and his connection to P. Diddy and all of the scandal that's going on surrounding Diddy. And of course, anyone connected to Diddy is going to be under scrutiny, but there are some people that are really receiving their moment in the spotlight, and it is not in a good way. TD Jakes, in my opinion, he can run around and try to strike people's channels. The days of legacy media or mainstream media is over. The internet has allowed a lot of people to build platforms, and it allows them to use their freedom of speech to express themselves. A lot of them are getting more views than main network television shows and things like that. So, TD Jakes running around trying to interfere in people's right for fair use and their freedom of speech, it's really futile because it is not going to work. It's only going to make things worse. And for all of those people who support TD Jakes and go to the Potter's house and are members of that church, he did this to himself. He did this to himself. And yes, we are all human. None of us are perfect. But when you saw your leader backsliding or being around things that were not of what you all claim to believe in, and is not from what you all claim that uh, you know, subscribe to pretty much, you basically are making a mockery out of the God you say you believe in. Sometimes these pastors need someone to be honest with them. Hey, that's not a good look. Hey, why are you going to these parties with P. Diddy? You know, what are you doing? But you think that these pastors can't be criticized. They can be criticized. They can be critiqued the same way they sit there and criticize and critique you and tell you where you're going wrong. You should have been brave enough to stand up and tell him where you think that he's going wrong. You knew that these rumors were out there. You knew that he was running around with P. Diddy. You knew that his wife was twerking and they were seen at festivals dancing to worldly music, all kinds of things. You knew all of this. You knew what kind of scandals his family was involved in with the pedo scandal, the child baby stealing scandal, all kinds of stuff, but none of you had the guts to critique them and say, "Hey, you know, let me tell you I think that you're going wrong." Because if you all are there to church to try to save souls, you should try to save the soul of your leader. If you feel that he's headed in the wrong direction, you should have done something. You all are fake and you're hypocrites. You're fake and you're hypocrites. TD Jakes did this to himself. Now, I'm not saying that he's guilty of what he was accused of, but I have a strong feeling that he is. That's my personal opinion. I believe that he is, because he put and placed himself in the path of temptation. He put himself in the lion's den. The saying goes, you lie down with dogs, you're going to get up with fleas. He purposely put himself in these positions where he could be, around these demonic temptations. And he succumbed to it. And none of you in that church pulled him on his coattail and said anything to him, his wife, or his children. You all are a bunch of kiss-ass suck-ups. You don't really believe in any true loving God. If you were really seeking out the Lord, you would seek him with all of your heart and soul. You're not going to TD Jakes' church because you love the Lord God Almighty, creator of all things. You're going there because of all of this prosperity gospel and things like that people like TD Jakes preach about. You're going there because you want to be connected to a celebrity pastor. You idolize TD Jakes. You don't worship the Lord like you're supposed to. And so you all are going to suffer because of that, because the bottom line is you idolize this man, you put him above God, you made a mockery of God and the church, and now you want to run around putting bogus copyright claims on people's channels for them giving their opinion. It's their opinion. They believe that they believe what people are coming out saying about him, that he's a power bottom. That's their opinion. They have a right to their opinion. And so people that are in his church clapping and cheering him on, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You encouraged his power butt. You encouraged that. And the reason why you turned a blind eye to it and you encouraged it is because you're not shit yourself. You know, all of that when Tyler Perry came in and laid hands on him and he was all, you know, I mean, come on. It's just not authentic. It's not real. It's fake. But you kept going along with it. Why? Because you want to be connected to, you want to tell everybody, oh, I'm going to TD Jakes' church. I'm a member of TD Jakes' church. You're not going there to worship God, because if you were going there to worship God, you would worship God everywhere you go. Here's a clip of an interview with one of P. Diddy's former bodyguards on his opinion of why TD Jakes were going to those freak off parties that Diddy was having.
So why do you think he was going to these parties? I think that he's going to the Diddy parties, bruh.
That says it all right there. I mean, he's very careful with what he is going to say, because I believe that he's holding his tongue. He knows why he was going to them parties. And so did the people at Potter's Church. And no one had the guts to say, hey, TD Titty, you shouldn't be taking your power butt to them parties. It's not a good look for our church.
If he's going, well, we know he's going to the Diddy parties, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told us happened at the Diddy parties. Maybe he need to see it for himself, man. Maybe he need to go there.
Come on. He could sit there and deny that he's a power ass and all of this other stuff, but one thing he can't deny is that he was going to them parties. This is your pastor. This is your bishop. And some people said that he was, you know how his hand is in his pocket? Some people say that that's the a move that some men do when they're trying to, how do I say this in a polite way? Beat their meat in public in a discreet way. He's sitting there from the back watching this man toot and twerk. And he's sitting there with his hand in his pocket. I mean, this is your past. This is the head of your church. Here's him and his wife dancing to that wobble song, and they're all backing it up. Yeah, big girl, back it up song. I mean, this is someone who's supposed to be the head of your church, and he and his wife is dancing to. Come on now, come on. I'm not gonna play the song because you know how YouTube and all these platforms are, but. If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties: money and sex. And that's the bottom line. A lot of people that is connected to Jakes and uh the church, his church, and different things that he's connected with, they want to get offended that all this power bottom stuff is going around about their bishop. But what do you expect? What do you expect? This is how he is carrying himself in the world. And how many of you people up there in that church know for a fact that this is true about him? Because you may have been topping him and got experience with his power bottom. Have done something with his wife. Because I know how some people are. They like feeling powerful, like they're next to the head of the church. I know some. I'm not even gonna. But some people have a fetish for that. They like going there, seducing, and being with the head of these powerful organizations. It's a turn on for them. So all of this stuff that's going on with TD Jakes, you brought this onto yourself. You brought this onto yourself. And when you stand there and you look out at all them people in that church, you just realize that all the sea of people you got out there surrounding you, coming to your sermons and all of that, not one of them loved you enough to pull you aside and say, hey, this is not a good look for you. I am concerned about you. You need prayer. You should not be hanging out with this man, going to these parties. I see how you are moving out here in the streets. That is not Christian. That is not God-like. That is not whatever you people want to call it. So, TD Jakes, you cannot hide from the truth anymore. It is what it is. And you cannot stop people from having opinions. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.